Teaching Adult Learners, Part 3. Three trends in the study of adult learning that have emerged during the 1990s and that promise to exercise some influence into the 21st century concern 1. The cross-cultural dimensions of adult learning, 2. Adults' engagement in practical theorizing, and 3. The ways in which adults learn within the systems of education, be it distance education, computer-assisted instruction, and other open learning systems that are linked to recent technological advances. Although the literature base in the area of cross-cultural adult learning is still rather sparse, there are indications that the variable of ethnicity is being taken with increasing seriousness. As China has opened its borders to adult educators in the 1980s research on Chinese conceptions of adult learning, it is starting to emerge. The literature in this area points out that framing discussions of cultural diversity around a simple split between white and non-white population vastly oversimplifies a very complex reality. Among ethnic groups themselves, there are significant intra and intergroup tensions. In the United States, for example, Black, Hispanic, and Asian workers have points of tension between them. Within each of these broad groupings, there are a myriad of overlapping rivalries between African Americans and immigrants from the British West Indies, between Colombians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, between Koreans, Vietnamese, Cambodians, and Hmong's tribe people. Also, the tribal cultures of Native Americans cannot be conceptualized as a culturally homogeneous block. Two important insights for practice have been suggested by early research into cross-cultural adult learning. First, adult educators from the dominant American, European, and Northern cultures will need to examine some of their assumptions, inclinations, and preferences about natural adult learning and adult teaching styles. For the Hmong tribes of people from the mountains of Laos, who are used to working cooperatively and to looking for teachers for direction and guidance, ways of working that emphasize self-directedness and that place the locus of control within the individual student will bring initially anxiety to these people, as this is not their preferred or natural way of learning. However, their liking for materials that focus on personal, concrete experience fits well with the adult education practices that emphasize experiential approaches. Second, teaching their own is a common theme that has surfaced in case studies of multicultural learning. In other words, when adults are taught by educators drawn from their own ethnic communities, they tend to feel more comfortable and do better. Ethnocentric theories and assumptions regarding adult learning styles underscore the need for mainstream adult educators to research their own practice with subcultures across their experience and across the diversity that may enter their classrooms. Practical theorizing is an idea focused on the ways in which educational practitioners, including adult educators, become critically aware of the informally developed theories that guide their practice. First, they compare their emerging informal theories to those of their colleagues. This happens informally in individual conversations and also a more structured way through participation and reflection groups. Colleagues may serve as reflective mirrors in these groups. They give feedback to the practitioner as they describe their own reactions and experiences in dealing with typical crises. Colleagues can help individual teachers reframe, broaden, and refine their own theories of practices. Secondly, practitioners also use formal theory as a lens through which to view their own actions and assumptions that inform these. They can provide multiple perspectives on familiar situations and help educators name their practice by pointing out the general elements of what are thought of as personal idiosyncratic experiences. Bringing the literature to research um, helps us identify those practices which are not productive in the adult learning environment. In contrast to its earlier equation with necessarily limiting correspondence study formats, distance learning education is now regarded as an important setting within which a great deal of significant adult learning occurs. Weekend college formats, multimedia experimentations, and the educational possibilities unleashed by the internet and satellite broadcasting have combined to provide learning opportunities for millions of adults across the world. Adult educational themes of empowerment, critical reflection, experience, and collaboration can inform the distant learning activities and practices across the globe. It is safe to say that emergent trends of adult learning, cross-cultural learning situations, practical theorizing, and distance learning will provide a platform for extensive research and continuously improving practices for us as adult educators as we move further into the 21st century.